For some, no matter how well prepared, that moment will come when the only thing left to do is to evacuate. If that moment comes to you, to your home, your family, or your pets, be prepared to evacuate quickly and to do it right. Candy Franklin Collins knows what that moment is like. She's been through fires, and she's prepared if she ever has to face that crisis again.
I think all of us that have experienced this, we now have become list makers. So we have a list, and we have a list of where our things are. And then we have the categories are on the list of animals and people and of your home. And all of those things then come together. It could be a box, it could be anything that you know where it is at all times. And for me, my box is right here. And the first thing I do is to grab that box, and depending on the time. If I have absolutely no time, I grab my suitcase on the other side, I grab my to-go box, and I go out the door and get my horses ready, and I'm off the hill. If I have a half an hour, then I'm going to go ahead and open up the box, and I'm going to take out my list. And I have everything that I've prepared and made lists of where things are. You have your doctor's names, you have the medication that you take, our insurance papers, our trust deeds, the passport. We suggest that you have in your car medication, glasses, batteries, extra water, extra clothes, flashlights. We talk about carrying 3x5 cards, and you have different things on there like family to contact in case of emergencies and all those kinds of things. So we ask you to not only have it in your to-go bag, but we ask you to have it in each of your vehicles. If I'm going to evacuate, where am I going to go if I evacuate? Well, on my last page of in my list of things is my evacuation routes. And on the evacuation routes, because we do have a couple ways of getting out of our community, but every community has to have it posted in their community center, their fire departments, their library. They should keep a copy in the car. They should send their relatives the evacuation because they might be trying to come and find you. And so they need to know where you would go if you're going to evacuate. So identifying not only your route, but where are you going to end up if you do get to evacuate. It's too great of a risk to not be prepared. And it's so easy to get prepared. Take the time. When the fire's gone, we forget, except those of us that have been through this. But normally, even our residents, you know, you can ask them, well, have you videotaped your house? Have you videotaped the outside? Have you videotaped where all your shutoffs are? Have you videotaped, are you prepared to throw all your belongings in your pool and when you have to leave? Have you done those kinds of things? Be prepared. You have to be prepared. More than a Boy Scout, more than a Girl Scout, you have got to be prepared, and you have to make the effort, because someday it's going to save your life. It's going to save your whole family's life.
It should be noted at this point, when discussing evacuation, there are occasionally property owners who ignore the evacuation orders of law enforcement and firefighting personnel. Now, this is not wise. Fire is very serious business. Fire often takes on a life of its own, and very bluntly, the life of a fire does not care about your life. A fierce fire creates its own winds that can reach up to 120 miles per hour, temperatures reaching 1,000 to 1,800 degrees. These fires are very, very deadly. No living creature, or vehicle for that matter, are any match for this kind of devastation. So what should you do when you're told to evacuate? You should grab and you should run.
For me, the biggest thing is when you're asked to evacuate, evacuate. Because I give this example. Up on Millar Ranch Road, it's one way in, one way out. We had about 40 homes in there. And some people stayed till the very last minute. And this has happened on some of the larger fires I've been on, but this was significant because it was in the San Miguel district. When asked to evacuate, evacuate. Because what happened is they were going to ride it out until the fire got close. So the fire equipment's coming in and they want to come out, and you can see what happened. It was a one-lane, single-track road. Their vehicles met the fire vehicles. It was very, very hazardous to not only them, but the firefighters. We were fortunate enough, we moved them back into a safe area and let the fire blow by. But you can see if everybody decided to wait to the last minute and then run out, what's going to happen. And it's pure recipe for disaster.
To be clear, when asked to evacuate, please leave early. Leaving early is and has been the official position of the San Diego County Fire Chiefs Association. A stay and defend option can and does have disastrous results. But if you are trapped, we offer some survival tips. Shelter away from outside walls. Patrol inside your home for spot fires and extinguish them. Wear long sleeves and long pants made of natural fibers such as cotton. Ensure you can exit the home if it catches fire. Remember, if it's hot inside the house, it could be 5 times hotter outside. After the fire is passed, check your roof and extinguish any fires, sparks, or embers. Check inside the attic for hidden embers. They could take hours to ignite. Patrol your property and extinguish small fires. Follow this advice only if you are trapped. You will not face these dangers if you evacuate early.